What's up, guys? Andrew Miles from Andrew Miles Intuitive here, and today we are going to be discussing the element of water. And this is from a spiritual aspect, from a scientific aspect, um, from all kinds of aspects, and how it can benefit you in more ways than you think. So, to start off with, I want to go into the spiritual aspect of it and continue along or if you want to scroll forward in the video, go ahead if you want to hear the scientific aspects. But essentially, water has a lot to offer us, and that can be said in terms of energetically, it can help us, it can heal us physically, and it is altered in the physical world through sound, through vibration, through speaking, and it can have an effect on you and your physical body in various different ways. You can also use water to cleanse and clear your energy, as well as cleansing and cleaning your body, because we use it for showers, we use it to physically clean ourselves, but we also can use it to energetically clean ourselves. So we're going to start with that aspect. So there's people who take what's called a ritual bath, and this is essentially when you fill a bathtub or whatever with water and you put in whatever objects and items you want for certain symbolism, and you charge it with your intention by focusing on the water and putting your thoughts of what you want to create or to generate or to protect yourself with, how whatever your point of your ritual bath is. You focus on the water and you fill that water in that bathtub with that intention. Now, some people also use certain types of oils. They will burn candles or incense. It really depends on the ritual bath. Ritual baths are great in the terms of it's still water, it holds the intention, and you are sitting in this, so you are surrounding yourself and absorbing that intention, right? That's what ritual baths are great for. Now, another thing that you can do is you can cleanse your energy with water. So for this, you would like to use moving water or running water because it's flowing. So when you want to cleanse, you want the energy to flow out of you that you don't want to go away, right? You want it to leave. So showers are perfect for this. So when you want to cleanse your energy, it's a great thing to stand under a shower, under a hot shower or a cold shower, whatever works for you, whatever relaxes you, and visualize all of that gunk just flowing out of you as the water rolls over you and flows down, right? So you put that intention of that and that cord to connect yourself to the earth, and then you allow that energy just to flow out of you as the water flows over top of you. And this is also really great for people who are water signs because you're already connected heavily to water and emotions. So allowing these emotions, allowing these negative thoughts and feelings to flow out of you is great with the use of water, because water is something you're already naturally connected to, something you already are deeply feeling. So, like I said, water is great for water signs, but it can be used by anyone. Now, let's talk about how water is works scientifically, right? So we know that the human body is made up of somewhere around 60% water. This is varying on and depending on the individual. So from the research that I looked up, it's somewhere between like 45 and 75%, but the most people are generally around the 60% range. So most people are generally around the 60% range of water. And by research of a doctor named Dr. Masaru Emoto, and I have this all written down here because I wanted to make sure that I got it right and I didn't mess it up. So Dr. Masaru Emoto, he did studies on how water is affected by speech, by sound, and by I think it was energetic waves, like sound waves, essentially. So by music and other vibrational patterns and frequencies, so like hertz frequencies and stuff like that, right? Um, he passed away in 2014, but he spent, it says, 20 years devoting his life to this research. And what he realized is that your like water's cellular structure or crystalline structure is affected by the sounds that it's surrounded by, right? By how you speak to it, by music, by frequencies and pitches, it changes. So that like when you look at water under a microscope, you can see the water crystals and how they form, right? So when you address water, when you speak to water, you can essentially change the form and structure of these crystals. They can become gross looking and dirty looking and just dead, or they can be beautiful and look like the most amazing flake, like crystal flakes, kind of like when you look at the old cartoons for Christmas and they show the snowflakes all big and they're like the 6 points or whatever, and they're all funky and fancy and everything like that. What they show you snowflakes are supposed to look like. That's how the water crystalline structure looks when you subject it to positive words of love, like "I love you." He did all kinds of tests on this where he would charge this water with negative speech where like I hate you, and then positive speech where he's saying like I love you, and essentially the water structure is going from like this gross, dirty, broken down structure to this beautiful structure of like this beautiful snowflake type of energy, right? Now also this can be adjusted and done through frequency and through music. So I saw that he had done one based on metal music and also one based on um, a Mozart symphony, right? So the metal music kind of made the water crystalline structure like dissipate, and it was like fragmented and stuff, and like had all kinds of weird like lines through it and everything. It just was, it looked dead basically. And then he had the Mozart music playing, and it formed a beautiful, what I'm looking at, a beautiful 6 pointed crystal that has like, it has this beautiful smooth flow out through it, whereas the metal one had this like rough texture and all kinds of scratches, like scratchy looking texture essentially in it. And also he realized that like setting an intention into it, also like prayer can have an effect on it. So he did a prayer, he had a Buddhist prayer at a dam, and the water crystalline structure of the structure of the water at the dam changed from when he did the prayer, when he had the Buddhist prayer, like before it was broken, it was dead and unhealthy looking, and after he had a Buddhist pray over it, like literally this, it became this beautiful, like he took the water, put it under a microscope, and it became this beautiful multifaceted, multi-pointed crystal once again, like a beautiful snowflake. So there's just so much to how water is affected by frequency, by music, by the words that you say to it, right? So let's take this idea and go back to the fact that we are somewhere around 60% water. That means over half of our makeup and our composition and our DNA is made up of water. Now, what's the repercussion of negative talk about yourself, of others saying negative things about you, of certain types of music, and one like there's ways to get around this, but of certain types of music, because you know that music evokes certain emotions within you, right? Like when you listen to a metal song, it makes you want to like lift heavy weights. It makes you feel rage. It makes you feel strong, right? It makes you feel angry, depending on the song. Compared to peaceful, like chill music that makes you just vibe and groove, right? So how do words and how you speak to yourself and how you and how others speak to you, how does music that you listen to and how does other sounds and frequencies that you hear affect your physical makeup? Because you are made of so much water, you are over 50%. You are like at least 60%, generally speaking, for the most part, and even 45% is still a huge amount. So anywhere from 45 to 75% water. How does this affect your genetic makeup and your genetic code and your crystalline structure with all of the water that's inside of you? If you are constantly self-talking in a way that is negative, putting yourself down, if you're constantly listening to music that doesn't lift you up and make you feel good, if you're constantly surrounded by people who are making you feel bad about yourself and talking bad about you, how does this affect you? Literally, it affects you in a negative way and makes you feel ill, and it reflects with the images here of the water when it's dead, when it doesn't have life to it. And when you do surround yourself then and change what you surround yourself with, if you surround yourself with words of beauty and love for yourself, if you surround yourself by others who speak kindly to you, who speak love to you, if you surround yourself with music that is uplifting and makes you feel good and alive, it changes your structure of the water within your body, and then essentially makes you blossom into this beautiful crystal, right? This beautiful crystalline structure. So that being said, that's what I have to say about water for right now. And you know what? I'm really interested in learning more about this. And if you guys are interested in learning more about this topic, there's so much to just the element of water itself, whether we're going scientifically or we're going spiritually. And if we're being honest, a lot of this works in tandem. They're finding in science now as well that some of the spiritual stuff that we talk about isn't necessarily as much of a crock of you know what as they thought it was. So thanks for listening. Check out Dr. Emoto's research if you're interested in the scientific aspect of it. And if you would like to work with me, my link is down below in the description for a free 45-minute strategy call where you can talk to me about setting up how you want to go about learning about your spiritual journey, learning about your spiritual gifts, and how I can help you to develop them, and you can find your path, find yourself, and develop your abilities. This is talking about like clairvoyance, astral travel, all kinds of different things. Also, if you want, you can follow me on Instagram. That link is also going to be down below, and my Facebook is down below. And last but not least, if you liked this video, please like, comment, and share it. If you like my channel and what I'm talking about, please subscribe to it, share it with other people because it really helps me to grow. And I'm trying to build this so that I can help more and more people, because what I'm here for is to help humanity. So I just want to say thank you for checking this video out, and I hope you all have a good day. Thank you.